going to be making a soup today. This is a very special soup that I make that my husband thought wasn't going to be very appealing. But guess what? It's one of his favorite soups. It's called carrot soup. And if you are on a budget, this is a wonderful way to be able to stretch that budget, because we all know carrots are very reasonably priced in the grocery store. I got all of these carrots plus a couple more for 99 cents. So what's going to go into this soup? Why is it such a budget buster aside from the carrots? Because we're going to use chicken stock, chicken broth that we have on hand anyway, left over. If you've been watching any of my other videos, you know every time that I make chicken and I cook it for the dog, I cook it for us, anytime I save the stock, the chicken broth, or I make stock out of it. So it's really not going to cost us a whole lot to make this soup. What else goes into it? Some celery, right? Another inexpensive ingredient, and some onions, and a potato. So, and yes, I did say a potato, one. So it's a really great soup that's going to be hearty with lots of flavor. We're going to be putting in a little bit of nutmeg to give it some flavor, a little bit of ginger, and it's just going to be a fabulous dinner. All we'll need is a little loaf of bread to go in here. We have about a half a stick of butter in there. We have an onion. We have a few stalks of celery. We have about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of ginger. And we have a nice big clove of garlic. So if you don't have a large clove, you'd want to use 2 small cloves. And I'll put the recipe on the website. So what we're looking at right now is we're just watching these onions and celery and all the flavors infuse. Again, you know I'm a big fan of layering. And what we'll do is we'll add in our carrots after this is all glistening really nicely. And then we're going to take and we're going to cut up this one potato. And that potato is going to give it its starchiness that it will need to really thicken up, because this is a creamy carrot soup. Carrots are starting to glisten just a little bit. And as they do, that means they're softening, and that means we can add our stock in soon. Right, we've added in some of our broth. We're going to finish off with the rest of our chicken stock. So I just want to give you an idea of about how much I put in. And I'm going to bring this up to a nice full boil. One thing I did add, I thought about it afterwards, we need a little salt. I'll probably put some pepper in a little bit later as well. But I added in a few bay leaves. I love bay leaves in my soup. I think they just make a big difference. So I went ahead and did that as well. Remember, I dropped in a couple of bay leaves. So let's go ahead and pull those out, because those won't blend up very nicely in our soup. And remember, as we said before, this is a creamy soup. So let's just find the other one and pull that one out as well. A lot of steam coming off of these. Here it is. There's the second one. And so I want to show you the consistency of the carrot. The carrot really should be so that you could press on it with a spoon and it mushes. See, that's the consistency we're looking for. Immersion blender here, and we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start blending this down. Alright, so now that I got the big chunks kind of blended down there, I'm going to start moving this through. Pull up a few more big chunks there. But you can see how the consistency of this soup has changed quite a bit. It is now becoming a very smooth, creamy soup. We're just going to finish that off, and then we'll be back to show you the plating in a picture. Thanks for watching For the Love of Food.